Hey guys, today we are recapping our month-long Disney trip. I'm Steph.
I'm Lockie.
And this is Disney from Down Under. Alrighty, so how you doing?
Pretty good.
Good. So let's kick off with a quick check-in. Mm-hmm. How you feeling? If you were in Disney right now, where would you be? What would you want to be doing?
I would want to be consuming some corn dog nuggets.
Yep, fair.
I feel like I need corn dog nuggets in my life right now. And after that, travel to Thunder Mountain. So corn dog nuggets, ride the wildest ride in the wilderness, and then kick on from there. That's what I feel like.
Nice.
A little bit of buzz.
Very cool. Love it.
What about you?
I just want to ride Guardians. I've just had this week where it was last weekend. We were watching a movie and Conga came on. And it's just like, since then, all I want to do is ride that ride.
Yeah, that's fair.
I just want that, those vibes.
Yeah.
So today we're going to chat through our most recent Disney trip. So in November of 2023, last year, we did a 4-week trip through Disney. We hit Disneyland, hit Disney World. It was our first trip since pre-COVID. The last one kind of got a bit derailed, so it had been a while. So because we were gone for so long, we figured we can't really do a kind of traditional trip recap and just talk through everything chronologically, because that would be boring. So we thought we'll give a bit of a highlights, do some this or that style questions to kind of run through a lot of the stuff we did, pick out our highlights of the trip, and then we plan in future episodes to kind of deep dive into the different things that we did.
Yeah, and pick out some stuff that we really want to talk about for a decent amount of time.
Yeah, so that's what this is. Alrighty, so just to give a bit of a high-level key points kind of summary, context of what we did. So we were gone for 31 days. We flew from Sydney over to LA. We spent 4 days in Anaheim, did Disneyland, then went over to Orlando for the remainder of the trip. Mm-hmm. So we were there for about a bit over 3 weeks. Most of that time was spent in Disney World at Disney resorts. We stayed at a few, but ducked out for 2 days in the middle of it to go to Universal and hit the outlets for some shopping. So, bit of a roll call on who was on the trip. So, our immediate family group, we had a group of 9. So that was our parents, myself, my husband and our daughter, our sister, Lockie, his now fiance, and our younger brother. So that's 9 of us. And then we also travelled with some extended family. So that was another couple and their 3 young kids. So main group of 9, big group of 14. There were a lot of us. But then we also got to do things, me as my family of 3, you guys as a couple. We also split off a bit. So it was a really good mix. So it had been such a long time since we've gone. It was our first time kind of navigating it with such a large group and me as a parent. And so it was such an interesting mix for a trip for me between, obviously we're quite experienced Disney-wise, but there were also so many new experiences, learning how to navigate in all of those new contexts that we kind of hadn't before. Yeah. So it was definitely a learning curve, massively, even for someone who's lived there, worked there and travelled there their entire life. It amazed me how much I still had to learn on this trip. During our time in Orlando, all but 3 to 4 days of that was spent on Disney property, really. Mm-hmm. We did a couple of days at Universal. We hit the outlets for a part of a day, and my family of 3 did a day at Kennedy Space Center because I married a space nerd. Then, while we were on Disney property, we stayed across 7 resorts and a Disney Springs hotel. It was a lot. It was fun. And then we also stayed at a Universal resort for the 2 nights that we went over to Universal. So we covered a lot of ground. So much to kind of run through. Yeah. So that's why we thought we'd just kind of start
little overview,
some this or that, and go from there. So let's kick off some this or that questions. So I put these together, I kind of ran my head through just the things we did and things that kind of lined up, and just thought they'd be fun conversation starters more than anything. So
love it.
Let's see how we go.
Yeah.
Kick off with Polynesian or Grand Floridian Resort?
Grand Flo. I love Poly though. Yeah. I know mixed reviews here and there from different people, but Poly is such a cool vibe.
Yeah.
It's very different. But Grand Flow has that wow factor that is hard to top. So I'd say Grand Flow. You?
I agree. We stayed at Polynesian last time we were over there, and it was fine, but like I wouldn't have rated it as one of my top ones. I definitely enjoyed it more.
Yeah.
This day, I don't even know why. I can't tell you why.
It just has that vacation vibe,
and it probably timed out well for us because it was kind of smack dab in the middle of the trip.
Yeah.
So we'll probably, I don't know. It just kind of fit with where we were at. Really loved it, but yeah, Grand Floridian. This was my first time staying at Grand Floridian, and it shot up toward the top of the list.
Wow.
Yeah, it feels special. It just, and at Christmas, like the beautiful like tree and the lobby all done up, and it was being able to walk to Magic Kingdom, get the boat, have the monorail. It's very
special.
So good.
Little half court with like the big GF logo on it. It's cool.
Yeah,
it's cool.
Yeah, it just all feels very
fancy.
Nice. Yeah. Alrighty, into a ride. Guardians or Hagrid's? Start with easy questions.
Wow. Guardians or Hagrid's?
Guardians or Hagrid's? This was a question I asked myself and couldn't.
As soon as you said Guardians, I was like, it doesn't matter.
I know.
And then you
say Hagrid's, and it's a different one to.
Oh wow. Jeez, I actually don't know.
I know.
You could have given me an easy entry point for. Yeah. I don't know. I want to say Guardians, but Hagrid's it ticks every box.
Yeah.
It has a drop in it. It goes backwards. It has a section where you're going fast and it speeds up. You're on a bike. You get two different experiences if you're on a bike and if you're sitting in the little side part thing.
It is just.
It is crazy.
Ride.
And it goes. It's deceptively fast too.
Yeah.
Like I thought it was so much. Like I loved the speed of it. I thought it wasn't going to be that quick. But then Guardians is out of this world as well.
I know. I think I also find it hard to compare. For me, I only got to ride Hagrid's once. I rode Guardians quite a few times over the course of it, so I think it also is hard to.
I'm going to draw a line in the sand.
Yeah.
Guardians with September.
Yeah, right.
Or what's the other song? The other half decent song. Anything but Disco Inferno, I would say Hagrid's. September, I would say Guardians.
Yeah.
That's where I'm picking it. That's how I made the decision.
Yeah. And see, that's very fair. Like, I would say Hagrid's. Like, I feel objectively as a ride, it just...
It is very good.
It's so cool what it does. Like, that drop, like, it's a cool ride.
It goes backwards, it goes up, it goes...
It's so
cool.
Drops. And I'm such a Harry Potter nerd that, like, that is always going. It was cool. But... like the vibes of Guardians.
Yeah,
like,
the music over the top.
And that I think when I rode Hagrid's, I was like, it blew my mind that it did top Guardians for me because it was so good.
Yeah.
But then that last time we rode it, where it was like end of the night, I was flat, I was pretty done. And then we get in there and the song comes on and we're all in it and we're just like dancing and screaming. It was so like...
the pre-show, so good. Love the little pre-show.
Yeah.
And then if you get it with September especially, such a vibe.
Yeah.
And a perfect balance of like fun, but not over the top crazy roller coaster. So good.
Yeah. But
tough question.
Really can't go wrong. Food and Wine Festival or Festival of the Holidays? We got to do both with the timing that we were there, which was very lucky.
Festival of the Holidays. Isn't that a little show? That instantly came to my head. Is that a song? Oh my goodness.
Maybe.
Anyway, I would say Food and Wine. Food and Wine's so good.
Yeah.
I loved Food and Wine. Again, Festival Holidays, so good. And it gives you that special vibe of like Christmassy. But as a general eat and drink, how good it was, Food and Wine was so good. You?
Yeah, I love Food and Wine. Like, it's kind of the OG of the festivals.
Yeah.
It has that feeling. We had so much fun, like, as a group, getting to go around and try everything and review it all.
The best.
And it was just such a fun few days doing that. Festival Holidays is awesome.
I love it.
Like, where it wins for me is all the little, like, the little like stories of Christmas around the place. Like that's the only thing that almost tips it for me.
Yeah.
That was really cool, and I think it also hits me nostalgia wise because when I worked there, I was like a character attendant for the like ones telling the stories. So I like spent a lot of time over there in my special little Christmas vest, and so I spent so much time in it that I love it. And Candlelight Processional, that was really cool.
That was so good.
I realised
I went into that with like zero expectation. Like,
okay, like
it's going to be good.
I'd never done it properly.
It was unbelievable.
Yeah, I'd never like actually sat down and watched the whole thing. And we got to get reserve seating with the priority seating on Neil Patrick Harris' show, and we were so close to him. He was like a real person.
Didn't feel real.
And he's awesome.
Yeah,
that was such a cool experience.
That was a big wow, that was so good.
Yeah.
Didn't expect it to be.
And so we didn't get to do any of the Eat to the Beat concerts, which is what they do for that during Food and Wine, because they'd all ended by the time we got there.
Yeah.
So I started out this saying I was going to say Food and Wine, but I actually think I've just talked myself into
That's fair.
Festival of the Holidays.
I didn't even think about like Candlelight Procession and stuff. Like, that's a big boost.
Like we tried a few of the food stuff for Festival of the Holidays. Like you still get all your little booths and stuff.
Yeah.
It definitely didn't feel as like fun as the Food and Wine. I know, like it just wasn't as much. Like
exactly.
It was all very Christmassy winter food.
Yeah.
But Food and Wine just felt like you had so much variety.
we're just the whole this or that is going to be us justifying how both are really good.
Exactly.
And not really giving a definitive answer.
Yeah.
I think the food and the drinks of Food and Wine is the best.
Yes.
And then the vibe of Festival Holidays is like better. Yeah. So it's like
it was cool.
Jeez.
Again, can't go wrong.
You saw that.
Maple popcorn or maple beer?
Oh, that's a great question.
From the Canada Pavilion in Epcot. Was the maple beer, was that a Food and Wine thing or is that a normal thing?
I don't know.
Holidays thing?
I think it was a Festival of Holidays thing.
Yeah.
It's also jumbled together.
Yeah, we'll figure that out. But either way, maple flavoured beer, maple flavoured beer.
I love the maple flavoured beer.
Yeah, me too. I had I did not expect it at all. Any kind of like sweetness to a beer, I'm not really
me neither.
fan.
And then we had the first one on Callan. We shared one. We took one sip each and went, nah, we're going to get another. Yeah. we can't share this. It's going to be too good. So I'd probably say the maple flavoured beer because it was so different.
Yeah.
I sort of have maple flavoured popcorn before. Love it. But that maple flavoured beer was really cool.
Totally agree. 100% would. Yeah. Exact same answer. Alrighty. The two character dinings we did, Plaza Inn Breakfast, which is over at Disneyland, or Garden Grill at Epcot?
I would say Plaza Inn.
Yeah.
Plaza Inn was so special. That was really early on in the trip too. Which made it even like more special because it's like super, super Disney. But even like looking back at it after the whole trip, the food was better, I think. It was breakfast, but hard to compare. I really liked the food. The characters were so good, spent so much time. And just the vibe of it. Like we had a mad long table looking out at the park, that sort of end one. And Garden Grill was good. It was just, I don't know, a little bit, because our group was so big, a little bit stuck together on the table. Like there wasn't that much room.
And because it's like, Garden Grill is like, it's a big circle as you rotate. And it's like, we were on kind of like two long tables, but it's like all booth seating. So when a character came around, you couldn't get up.
No.
Like, and it was just literally like they kind of stood in front of you, and it was like we were all sitting in a line, looking at them, like they were like presenting to us.
Yeah.
So it had an awkward feel to it.
Yeah.
The
food was good, but like it was just with the size of the group we had, it was interaction wise with the characters. And like the characters of Plaza was so good.
Yeah.
They hung around for like 10 minutes.
I know. Having that mix of random characters, like you don't get that at Disney World anymore. Like it just had that such a nostalgic, like classic character dining feel that 100%. It was so cool. Yeah.
And being able to get up and get your own food. Could you do that at
was good.
the other one? At what's it called?
Garden Grill? No, it was like family style. So they brought out the big like with Spring Canyon.
Yeah.
They brought out the big platters.
Yeah.
But yeah, both good. I definitely didn't dislike Garden Grill. But
Plaza Inn would be my top three.
Yeah.
like dining experiences of the whole trip.
Spoiler alert, yeah. Me
sorry,
too.
yeah. Very hard to compete.
It was awesome. Alrighty, corn dog nuggets from Casey's Corner, which you've
Honestly, don't
already
tell me.
mentioned.
Corn dog nuggets. I'm an early shady corn dog nuggets. You can't say something.
Full-size corn dog from Disneyland. From the Little Red Wagon in Disneyland.
Oh, Little Red Wagon as well.
Classic.
Jeez.
Yeah. See, not as easy as you thought it was going to be.
I'm going to say a full-size corn dog. Wow.
Ooh.
I know. Just because...
Call it too early. I agree, by the way.
Yeah. It's not even a taste better or anything like that. It's just the nostalgia of having a corn dog with that little tiny castle.
Yeah.
Like, it's...
You hold it up and it's bigger than
exactly.
the castle.
Where'd it go? But yeah, there's very... And again, the first time we walked into Disneyland this trip,
literally day one.
exactly what we did. So, yeah, I had to say that. But,
I agree.
Corn dog nuggets.
We'd eat corn dog nuggets every other day.
All day, yeah. Like, straight after the corn dog.
Cool. Alrighty. Happily Ever After or Fantasmic?
I don't like this game anymore.
Yeah, I know.
Happily Ever... You can't beat Happily Ever
I know.
After. You can't beat a big fireworks show
Yeah.
in front of the castle with the music. It's not Wishes, but it's very, very close.
Yeah, 100%. Like, if the question was Happily Ever After or Wishes, I would still take Wishes. But I enjoyed Happily. I went into it with like, it's not Wishes.
It's not Wishes. This can't compete.
But it still hits you in the feels. The like projections and everything they do is so much cooler than it. Like they'd only just started.
The little
back
the
in the
Olaf stint of you're worth melting for.
Yeah.
Like, how does that not just hit you?
Yeah.
So full on.
Yeah. No, it was very cool.
Again, fantastic. What a show.
Oh, yeah.
Love it so much.
Unbelievable. Yes.
But yeah, Happily Ever After.
Mine Train or Slinky Dog? Slinky Dog Dash.
Slinky Dog Dash. Mine Train. Slinky Dog Dash. Great ride. Way too big of a wait for it.
Yeah.
Again, yeah, super fun. Quicker than it looks, but Mine Train's a lot of fun.
Yeah. And Mine Train, you've got like
a lot more to look at too.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. There's just more to it. Like when you go, and also being in the little swinging, it's different in itself. But then when you get to go inside and you've got all the animatronics and the gems and like in the mine.
Yeah. In the mine.
Thank you.
Sorry.
And then the house at the end. Like, there's just that bit more to it that just brings in that bit of a dark ride rather than it just being a little coaster.
Yeah.
Slinky Dog is a fun little coaster.
100%.
I love that, like, it's a kid's coaster, but they get to experience a little, like, the takeoff and the, like,
and it's still
very
fun for
cute.
an adult too.
Exactly.
Again, a lot quicker than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, but yeah, Mine Train just objectively just more.
100%.
Character dining or non-character dining?
That's a tough one to answer. I feel like it depends on the vibe. I would say like breakfast. I would say breakfast and lunch character. Dinner non-character.
That's fair.
I'd say.
Yeah, I associate character dining with breakfast.
Yeah, they do dinner surely.
Yeah.
Not
all of them.
I would say, in the morning, bit of buzz at night time, sort of wind down from it and sort of have a nice chill dinner. But yeah, breakfast and lunch character. Yeah. Dinner non-character.
I agree.
Yeah.
I definitely felt the experience of character dining being different as a parent. Always have loved character dining. It's so much fun. And the last fair few times I did it, I was just me in my 20s, just having fun and eating and just popping up for a quick photo. It was chaotic. Like I found the character dinings, because I did 3. All 3, it was stressful. I did feel exhausted at the end of it because it's just constant. It's like, get myself food, get her food, like then character and like get up, photo, make sure her hands are clean, like get an autograph, sit back down, and then that just for an hour.
Yeah, while you try
to eat at the same time, and then I'd at one time at Plaza and at the other one at the Play and Dine, the Disney Junior breakfast one. I'd get up to the buffet to get food, and then I'd see the character coming to the table, and so I'd want to get back to be able to I want to be there to see Livy meet them and do that. So then I'd just abandon and come back, and so it was just loved it. But the flip side of that is there's obviously just so much more magic to it. Watching my kid meet them, as much as I always loved doing it growing up, and then even as, just a single adult in my 20s, always loved character dining, but watching her experience it was just phenomenal.
Sure.
So I would choose I'd probably choose character dining. I don't know, because I think for me, again, character dining is just Disney specific as well.
Exactly.
I can go out for a nice meal in Sydney.
True.
But there are some cool restaurants there. I'm talking myself back and forth.
Again.
To summarise.
What I said before.
Basically what you said before, I would, and I'd limit my I think I'll do one character dining.
Yeah.
2 tops per trip.
Yeah. Going
forward.
Yeah.
Because I just need then a week to recover.
100%.
Because it was exhausting.
Yeah.
So did love the character dining, but yes, would love a nice sit down
chill meal
as well.
Yep.
Just get to enjoy, and that's why I think I loved Whispering Canyon Thanksgiving lunch when it was that that family style table service, because there weren't characters to compete with.
Yeah. And
I didn't even have to get up and down from a buffet or anything. It was just all brought out. It was just so chill. It was so nice to just sit and eat and chat and not have to be up and down. It was so nice.
Perfect balance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Guardians Mission Breakout or Tower of Terror? Mission Breakout being California.
Sure. That was... we've had this conversation after the trip. Tower of Terror is one of my favourite rides of all time. And we went on Mission Breakout without going on Tower of Terror for 10 years. So I went into it thinking it's going to be sweet as. It was so intense. That ride, I don't know if it was a one-off, but that was crazy.
Yeah, or if we were just deconditioned from thrill rides.
Even the cutscenes were short a bit too. So we've gone too fast.
It just felt
we're halfway through the cutscene, or we're not even up to the cutscene yet. It was so quick. That first
shoot up, that was when I was like, I've made a mistake. With my 4-year-old sitting next to me, I was like, I've made a mistake here.
Yeah, and that's what I was thinking. Livy's going to be traumatised for the rest of her life.
Yeah, that's it. It was day 3, and I was like, that's it. She's not going to ride another new ride for the rest of this trip.
But
I wouldn't blame her.
But in saying that, after doing Tower of Terror 27 times in Orlando, I would love to do Mission Breakout the next time, because it's the more you go on Tower of Terror, the more it's the drop doesn't feel as... It's not as bad. Every single time it's a little bit less. But then you get to a point where it's just always really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say Tower of Terror, because it's just... you can't beat it in terms of the question. But I couldn't believe how quick that was. Yeah. It was crazy.
Totally agree. Tower of Terror, even if I loved Mission Breakout, I can't imagine it topping Tower of Terror for me, because I've just always loved Towers so much.
Yeah.
But I agree that I'm looking forward to doing it again next time
and see if it really
is. Because I
anyone spoke about it, of whether it is in fact quicker.
I don't know.
Or more intense?
I've never heard anyone reference it like that. So I don't know and that's it. I don't know if that was just...
But it really was.
We were still a bit jet lagged and we were still feeling... And then I was like, is it just that I'm old? I've hit my 30s.
Me too. I'm like, I can't do this anymore.
But, and that's why I didn't hesitate taking Livy on it, because she was loving the drops and I'd done Tower so many times, I really thought she'd love it.
Yeah.
But then it was a bit too much.
I only got to do it the one time, so again, that's the hard thing.
And that's it. I had no desire to do it again. And honestly, I was kind of going into the next trip thinking I probably just would skip it.
Yeah.
It wasn't until you made that point, and I was like, actually, I probably will give it another go.
100%.
In case that, after being back in the swing of thrill rides again. Maybe, I don't know. But regardless, I can't imagine. It might make it up there as a ride I really love.
But it doesn't matter.
But it's not going to top Tower. Even if I absolutely love it, 100%. It just would never top Tower.
No chance. There is no retheming to Tower of Terror that could make it better than Tower of Terror.
Alrighty, I've got the brewed coffee you get at the resort, or literally any other drink in the world. Because I can't think of anything else
You
I'd
can't.
rather drink less
You can't.
than the coffee brewed at the resorts.
Yeah. It's coffee in America.
Yeah, that's it.
Coffee in America
just American,
sucks.
we are coffee snobs being where we are.
It is the worst
But it's
drink
bad.
in the world. Well, what's annoying is
I
coffee
know it.
is normally that thing where it's like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm a bit tired. Oh, I had my sip of
I
coffee.
feel so much better.
So much better now. You have that, it's like,
Just
it's going to
like-
caffeinate me, but like,
Yeah, I'm not
it
going to
doesn't
enjoy it.
taste anything like it should.
Yeah.
Disappointing.
Yeah.
Any other drink in the world.
I agree. Another comparison to Hagrid's, but this time Hagrid's or Velocicoaster.
Oh. I'm going to say Velocicoaster.
Yeah.
Just because that is, if you were to ask me one ride, solely the actual ride itself, not theming, not
Yeah.
this or that, like the actual ride as a roller coaster, Velocicoaster is unbelievable.
Yeah.
That is, what a ride. Mind-boggling, but like, yeah, that's so good. To be fair, even the theming at the start of it, going in and like, you see the little velociraptor in like its cage, and the detail on that's crazy. And like the big screen about how like they've got out, whatever. But yeah, as a ride, Velocicoaster is incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible.
So I was out and I didn't ride Velocicoaster. I do regret it. I will definitely.
It's
like,
something you wouldn't go twice in a row.
Yeah.
Like at our age.
And I think that's it. I think like I rode everything
Yeah.
10 years ago. But I think because I'd had a couple of rides where I was like a little like, I don't even know how to explain it. Just a little taken aback, which I'd never felt before.
Yeah.
And so I think, and because we were there for, we'll talk about this at some point, but we
Yeah.
were there for the Orlando Informer meetup night thing.
Mm.
And I don't know, I think I was just worried that like it would just take away from the rest of it for me if I did. I don't know what it was, but I just kind of decided like I just couldn't get myself there.
Yeah, we're only there for a couple of days. We had the Informer, then we had the other day.
I didn't even do the other, I just
Yeah,
I was only
the thing is, if I was you, I don't even, because when you think about it, if you went on that, you got a mad headache.
And that's
ruined the rest
it.
of your night.
Yeah,
So
I
that's
just
the least to say.
didn't. I just couldn't quite bring myself to get there. But
I wrote it back
I
to
will
back.
put on my big girl pants next time because I need to experience.
You have to. It is the little speed up moment, the corkscrew like over the water.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, I got to do it.
And like the funniest thing was, I was telling, I was talking to Nikki about it. And I was like, it's not that bad. Like it's voted the best roller coaster in the world by so many different places, whatever. And then we come around the corner, and there's a part of the ride that it goes up like this. So it goes up, and then it just goes upside down, and goes upside down for like 40 meters, right? And we literally come around, I'm like, it's not that bad. Like, it's voted all these things, smoothest thing ever. It's super fast, but it's good. Then we come around the corner, and it literally goes, and like, Nikki just looks at me, he's like, no chance. Not happening. And I'm just like, come on. But like, looking at it, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, you're like,
it hit
trying
me.
to like,
I'm like, no, it's not that bad, Nikki.
I forgot I need to go get something.
Yeah. But no, what a ride. That is a wow ride.
Yeah. Yeah, cool. I knew you loved it. I didn't expect you to rate it above Hagrid's. So that's
Hagrid's is so good.
Yeah.
But yeah,
also very high.
Velocicoasters,
Yeah.
Crazy.
Very cool. Alrighty. Rope drop, Magic Kingdom, or rope drop, Hollywood Studios?
Ooh.
I know you did both.
I would actually say rope dropping Hollywood Studios was really good, just because there was less people there than MK, which is normal. But like, we got to do Rise, we got to do Tower of Terror, we got to do Rock and Roll Roller Coaster, and they're all walk-ons. And I know like normally if you go to MK, most of them like Seven Dwarfs, even like Peter Pan's and stuff, they'll get to 45 within 10-15 minutes. But yeah, I'd actually probably say Hollywood Studios. In terms of like productivity and getting people out.
I would agree. If I was to choose the only reason I'd say Magic Kingdom comes close for me is getting pictures in front of the castle.
That's a good
empty.
point. That's
like
a
fairly
very good
empty.
point.
Like there's still people, but it's not crowded. And so you can get some really cool photos of the castle and in front of the castle without other people in the shot. And I got some beautiful shots of Libby when she was dressed up as Cinderella.
Yeah.
That morning, like walking up to the castle and in the hub and stuff. So that feeling of being in Magic Kingdom early and it being quieter in the castle.
And like all the photo pass people just like, bang, and then go to the next one. Like, that's true.
So I do that for me, but in terms of rides, I agree. Hollywood Studios, I find just
super good.
If you were to buy a beer in Epcot from Germany or the UK,
I would actually go to the UK. And that's because it would follow with fish and chips.
Yeah. Being able to come with those fish and chips sitting down on the water.
That's one of the best spots.
Yeah.
And it's normally pretty quiet too. It's normally not that busy around the corner there.
Yeah. No, it was a great spot.
Yeah, I'd say you.
Yeah, I agree because I enjoyed all the different like half and half ones that they have at the pub, the little mixes. So getting to try a few of those and experiment with different like combinations like was just different.
Yeah.
I'd never had them before.
Yeah, and I love
that was so fun.
I love the UK too. So it's like combining the best things.
Yeah.
UK and Disney.
Yeah.
And then fish and chips.
Yeah. So no, I as much as I love a German beer and a pretzel over there. If I had to choose, I'd be going to UK beer with fish and chips. Wine Bar George or Jock Lindsay's Hangar Bar. They were the two kind of bars we probably did in Disney Springs, right across.
Both really cool. Both really cool. I loved Wine Bar George. Yep. I love them both of them, but Wine Bar George, it was the first time I actually got into drinking wine.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Actually
enjoyed it. Yeah. Like I had one like, I'm trying to get through this and try this, try that. But like the couple glasses we had there, they were so nice. And then like the platter.
Yeah, that big charcuterie
and the way they explained it.
Yeah.
So good.
And just the atmosphere in there. I'm going to vote that. I love Jock Lindsay's, but I agree, Wine by George for me. The atmosphere was beautiful. Like it's just like dim lighting, soft music, like felt really classy and like fun, but also didn't feel like, I don't know, like it didn't feel stuffy. It didn't feel, like I had Livy with us, like we were all at the table chatting, like it didn't feel like we were out of place.
No.
Some places like that you go into, and unless it's like you're in a couple on a romantic date, like that's what I was a little kind of, I pictured it for that purpose when I'd seen stuff about it.
Yeah, which you very much could do.
100%, but I also didn't feel out of place being our family of 9.
Exactly.
Sitting there with our charcuterie boards and the appetizers and all the wines.
Yeah.
I absolutely loved it. It was one of my top.
Me too.
Kind of, dining, whatever it was. Definitely my top of the lounge bar stuff we did. I thought it was awesome.
I loved it.
But Jock Lindsay's was great. The drinks were good.
Different
Food
vibe.
was great. Yeah, again, really chill. Was great for that mid-afternoon when we did it.
Yeah.
But
on the water too.
Yeah. Wine by George for me will be a must-do
100%.
next time.
Yeah.
Like it's not it's 100% something I will do again next time.
Yeah. I feel like you should cover that.
Genie Plus or Universal Express Pass?
Universal Express Pass.
Yeah.
I just feel like that is so effective.
It's amazing.
It is so
It costs so much more money.
Yeah. But I couldn't believe how good it was.
Yeah.
Well, the whole thing, understand, if you have the resort, you get it.
Yes. So we stayed at the deluxe resort. So we had the deluxe, the express pass included.
Yeah.
Which when you do break down is incredible value.
Yeah.
So yeah, we didn't spend a fortune doing it.
Yeah. Like we were going on Mummy when it was 50 minutes and it was 90 seconds.
Yeah.
Basically a walk on.
Yeah. You don't have to schedule anything.
They're all like that.
You just
you
can get on whatever.
Yeah.
Like you can do it as like if you get the unlimited, you can do it as many times as you want.
100%.
It's so nice.
Yeah. So good.
Yeah. It's so much better.
Yeah.
So much better.
Big time.
Than Genie. Watching Happily Ever After from the Grand Floridian or from the Polynesian?
Oh. I would actually say from Polly. Sitting in a beach chair.
Yeah.
Looking at those fireworks. So nice.
Yeah.
Grand Fly again, so nice.
Yeah, can't go wrong.
But there was
both very fun.
Sitting on the beach in a beach chair, watching those fireworks, still being able to hear it.
Yeah, having the music pumped in. Yeah, There's something like so special for me watching like fireworks from like a resort.
Yeah.
Like
100%.
getting that space and like seeing them all. You get to see such a wide range.
Well, normally you watch fireworks and you're like shoulder to shoulder with people, and it's like still the best thing ever.
Yeah.
But it's a whole different experience from the resort.
Yeah.
So
and like for us, like it's a great way to do it when you're there during like the Halloween Christmas party period. So we watched
Most
the
of the time
Christmas fireworks, which are only done at the Christmas party, but you still get the music and you still get to see them from the distance. So while you don't get the full experience, it's still a really cool way to get to see the fireworks show without going to the parties.
100%.
Magic Kingdom area resort or Epcot area resort? So thinking Grand Floridian, Polynesian, Wilderness.
Yeah.
Or contemporary, but not one of the ones we stayed at, but or beach club.
Beach club, boardwalk.
Swan and dolphin even.
I'd say beach club. That's really hard actually. Like I love getting the boat to and from Poly and Grand Flow. That was so nice. Like especially on a nice sunny day, a little bit of a breeze, castle, and just like on the when you look at Grand Flow on the boat, it gives you a proper idea of how big it is.
Yeah, they're just beautiful.
So nice. But at the same time, like to be able to walk from Beach Club to Epcot in a very easy walk, that's so cool.
I know.
That's actually so hard. I thought Beach Club originally. I'm actually going to spin it back to MK Resorts.
Yeah.
Just because of the boat. Like the boat on a nice day and seeing Poly and Grand Flow.
Yeah.
Is so
pretty
cool.
magic.
Yeah. You?
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's my question, and I honestly don't know how to answer it. Like, you can't go wrong. Like,
they're very different.
As you said, catching the boat across. Like, the monorail's there, but, like, the monorail for me, I realised on this trip, I don't know if it's just now, but, like, I feel like it's nostalgic and it's fun and I love doing it and I will. But it's just not as practical a lot of the time. And, like, even the boat, like, the boat's more practical in the sense that there's usually not as big a line for it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like we stayed at monorail resorts and I just very rarely...
Yeah, that's a good point actually.
I'd catch the monorail when I'm travelling from Epcot to Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
But when we actually like stayed at the monorail resorts, I just feel like I really didn't utilise the monorail that much. Because at Grand Floridian, I walked.
Yeah, true.
I loved walking from Magic Kingdom to Grand Floridian.
True.
There is definitely something special about walking through your resort and getting on the monorail.
Yeah.
But being able to walk to the park and then, Epcot, boardwalk area. It's okay. I don't know we include all that about the monorail, but for me, in my head, I'm starting to lean, I was leaning towards Magic Kingdom because the boat across, like you said, but like, being able to like walk, like when we were having breakfast at Grand Floridian and you're sitting there and you can just see Cinderella Castle.
True.
Like that for me is one of the things, like that's cool. Like sitting there eating your Mickey waffles, looking across the water and like the castle's right there, that's pretty phenomenal. However, I think I'm going to talk myself back over to the Epcot area ones because I love the boardwalk area so much.
The boardwalk area is
walking
the best.
Along the boardwalk to like
Such
when we
a
stayed
vibe.
at Swan, like walking back and forth, just walking. I could just walk along that boardwalk.
100%.
Like I could go over there and just do that.
Boardwalk,
not go in the parks.
the boardwalk,
adore
beach
it
club,
over there.
and yacht club. That vibe
Area.
is the best.
Yeah.
So
while I obviously adore the Magic Kingdom resorts and love being that close. And obviously love being able to walk straight into Epcot is very cool. Being able to walk to Hollywood Studios, also very cool. Like having it all there. But I honestly think
Can
the thing
you
that
walk to
tips
Hollywood
over-
Studios?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I never did that. Wow.
If you go up like past where like between like Boardwalk and Swan and walk that way.
You just keep walking.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not too bad. Obviously a bit more of a walk,
sure,
but
of
yes,
course,
you
of
definitely
course.
can walk.
You're right.
But yeah, the thing I think that would make me say the Epcot Resorts is the boardwalk area.
Yeah, that's fair.
I love it. It's just beautiful.
Yeah.
I would say
It's
that.
a good call.
Haunted Mansion, traditional, or Haunted Mansion holiday. that we had in Disneyland?
Oh, I'd say traditional.
Yeah, me too.
I couldn't believe how scary he was in the roof.
Yeah.
In Disneyland.
Yeah.
That was terrifying.
It was the ride Livy was most excited for, having watched stuff on YouTube and all before we went. And Jack Skellington coming down from that roof scared the living daylights out of her.
And me.
She still talks about it. Like when we talk about Haunted Mansion.
Is this the one with Jack Skellington in it? Is this the one with Jack Skellington? No, it's alright.
And she did the one at Disney World, but I had to reassure her 4 times that wasn't going to happen.
Jack Skellington is her biggest fear.
Yeah, and she loved that movie and she was so excited for the ride, but she didn't enjoy the entire ride because that scared.
That's honestly fair.
The life out of her.
It's fair.
I have heard that you can ask a cast member to skip that stretching room pre-show.
Yeah.
Because even the normal one, it does get dark and it's a bit scary.
Yeah.
So if we did Haunted Mansion Holiday again, either see if she'd be willing to do it knowing that it's coming, or skip it, because I'd like her to ride it again, because I do think she'd love it.
100%.
I was so impressed by it. It was so cool. It's so the colours and it's awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, the normal one for me anyway, because just the nostalgia of it. It's just such a classic. It's hard to go past it. 100%. But I thought Haunted Mansion Holiday was very good.
Very good. Yeah, I agree.
Wilderness Lodge or Animal Kingdom Lodge?
That's the hardest question.
Yeah, I know.
That is the hardest question. Again, both of them in my top 3.
Yeah.
Spoiler.
They're amazing.
They are amazing.
Don't get me wrong.
I would say both of them.
Fair enough.
That's my answer. Honestly, you don't have to. I'm not picking one. I'm not picking one.
That's fair.
They're both too good.
I know. They're different.
They're both. Wilderness Lodge has more of a. You can't even say it has more of a wow because there's animals at Animal Kingdom Lodge.
Yeah.
In terms of the actual lobby, Wilderness, I would say Wilderness. The little pool and the little animal thing outside of Animal Kingdom Lodge. It's Animal Kingdom Lodge. That's so hard though.
Yeah.
I actually would not.
They're both amazing. They're definitely both.
I love them both so much.
Yeah. I don't really Wilderness Lodge was always one of my favourites. It was always my favourite. It would have been my favourite resort. I've got to say it was probably knocked down a little bit this trip with some of the resorts we got to stay at.
Yeah.
And I think if you've got a Savannah view, which we didn't even have a proper Savannah view. We had a standard view with a partial Savannah.
Yeah.
But waking up in the morning,
leaning,
rolling over,
not even getting out of bed.
You're not getting out of bed, just literally rolling over, opening your eyes, and there were giraffes there.
Yeah,
just giraffes.
That's so true. You can't
it's just so cool. I just can't the whole time we stayed there, I just didn't get over it. And then making my coffee and going and sitting out on the veranda and watching all the animals.
There's so many little nooks where you can sit and chill and watch.
Yeah.
In Animal Kingdom Lodge.
Yeah.
100%.
And going around, and the cast members being there to give information. There was one day we were walking around and Livy, she was just tired. It was Disney. She was just kind of a bit tired and emotional, and was just not really having a bar of anything. And we were walking around and a cast member kind of noticed her, she was just a bit not really wanting to look, and then cast member just got down and started talking to her and giving her information about the animal we were looking at, and helped point her out and give her all this information about it, and it just completely turned it, she was just so she loved it. She was so interested. She wanted to learn more about all the animals. She was telling us about all these animals later.
It's amazing how
it's just so cool.
It's amazing how those little moments where with 30 seconds
cast members were awesome.
Of that cast member's day, and it's that's something you remember for a very long
time. It had a great little, again, just from a parent's perspective, it had the great little community hall, Simba's Cub House, which again she loved. Pool's cool, playground's cool, food's really good.
Good arcade.
Food's good. So, but food's also good. Wilderness, definitely can't go wrong. I think based on our last trip, I would have to edge towards Animal Kingdom.
Yeah.
As much as I adore Wilderness Lodge, I don't know, I felt
Yeah. I would say Wilderness Lodge main lobby, and like looking at it from the outside, the amount of wood and like the whole vibe of it's so cool.
And any little corner with a rocking chair and a fireplace. There's 100%. So many of them.
And Whispering Canyon.
Cozy everywhere. And Whispering Canyon was great.
Wow.
And it being Christmas, like Wilderness Lodge just was
Christmas. That's
like,
the thing.
It
gave me that extra
felt
edge.
like having the hot chocolate with the Baileys in it, like in front of the fire with the tree and
bear claw.
It was just the bear claw. It felt like Christmas.
Yeah.
It was cozy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't even know. I'm with you.
That's so tough.
Yeah. Let's just talk out of an answer.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Finish off with Disneyland or Disney World?
Oh, come on.
Just an easy one.
Disney World. It's Disneyland will forever be, the best.
The original.
You could break down, you could do a full video on that.
Yeah.
And I
think it would be beneficial too, because I think it's a question I've definitely got. Being the known Disney nerd that I am, any person in my life that I've ever known that's planning a trip over there, it's always the question how long will we go for, where do we go, and it's always such a common question I've been given of. Do we go to Disneyland or do we go to Disney World? Which one do you do? So I think we probably could do a whole episode on how to make that decision.
And which one should you go to first, and which one the time that you need.
And
that kind of thing.
Exactly, because that's
for sure. That's actually a good point.
If so many factors to come into that.
Money's not a problem, and you can go for 2.5, 3 weeks. Always do both. But Disney World's just
there's more. There's so much. It's bigger.
It's actually
so much more
unfair.
to it.
That's an unfair.
Exactly.
MK to Disneyland's a fair question.
Yeah.
But even then, it's just
Yeah, I think for me, I always kind of considered Disneyland more people kind of refer to their home park, the one they go to more often. Growing up, we went to Disneyland more often because it's closer, it's easier to get to than hiking all the way across to Orlando.
Sure.
So we'd do more frequent Disneyland trips, and then every so often we would get to tack on a bit of time at Disney World, and we'd go over and do that too.
Yeah.
But then obviously spending a year there, working there, living there, Disney World obviously felt like home.
Yeah.
So it's very hard for me to kind of now go back from that. That's just
definitely
it. As great as Disneyland is,
But Disney World's just in a whole class of its own.
Yeah. Cool. Alrighty. We'll wrap that up there for today.
Mm-hmm.
We do want to run through just our highlights, our top things that we did. So we might do that next episode. We'll spread this into a part 2. We had a feeling that we'd talk.
We've already gone way too long talking about this or that.
So we had a feeling that would happen. So we'll split that off into a part 2. We want to wrap up with just a takeaway kind of tip, message, whatever for the day.
Mm-hmm.
Doing this one, I think for me, the biggest thing is just that you're never going to get everything done in a trip.
100%.
Thinking it now, just all the things, this or that, that we did, stuff we didn't get, so much we didn't get to do.
Yeah.
And we were there for 3 weeks. That's a long time. It's far longer than the average person spends on a Disney World trip. I spent a year living there, and there was still so much I got to the end of that and just didn't get to do because there is just so much. It's insane the amount there is. So I think it's just that the goal is never to do it all.
No.
And even for us, we went into that knowing that, and I still walked away with that feeling. I think it's planning a trip on, pick your top few things that are most important that you want to get done. Do it early, because there were so many things we planned to circle back to and then never did.
Yeah.
That is something I would do differently next time. That it's pick the top priorities and hit them first, and then work through everything else.
Yeah.
But just know that you're not going to get through it all. So.
Yeah, because there's so many things that you don't even know about, and then when you get there, normally those things are one of the best parts of the trips because you have zero expectation.
Yeah.
You get there and go, oh my god, that's the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
And then like you said, you forget to circle back because there's so many distractions of that's cool. But yeah, that's a really good point.
Yeah,
You're never
just
going to
make
get it all
peace with
done.
it.
Yeah.
As hard as it is.
So
Took me
why
a
you
little
gotta go
while when I
back?
get home, but
Yeah.
yeah, then it's okay. Stuff to look forward to next time.
100%.
Beautiful. Anything else from you?
No, that's all.
Alrighty.
Thanks for listening.